I mean, it's just shocking. Like, how did this just happen? Did my gray also just get covered up? Did I use this palette multiple ways that I'm shook today? I'm shook. What's up? It's Amber. Welcome to my channel. I cannot wait to dive into this. I literally just did this full face and I have shocking things to say about this palette, Skin by Kim. Okay, she did her thing. Pros and cons, but we're gonna get started. This is a full face. I have some questions for you too. Did some things different that I want your opinion on, and also want to know, do you have this palette? So we're gonna get in. I know you want to know. Let's get into the honest review. Hey you guys, it's Amber. I am so ready to dive into this. I did a review on this not too long ago and it was on my TikTok channel, so you'll have to go check that out. Definitely a lengthy one, but definitely worth a listen. On my TikTok, I have more long form reviews and get readies and all that fun stuff, so just go check that out if you definitely want to follow me on any other social platform, or if you're just a YouTuber and you are right here as one of my girlies, love that. My Instagram is more short form, fun, good laughs, like just some fun, wholesome beauty content. I also love doing reviews there. Let's get into this review of the Skin by Kim. I am here for this. Like, totally here for this. I was not on the bandwagon when she first launched KKW. I just wasn't there for it because I wasn't buying cosmetics in Sephora and Ulta at that time. Rewind, you guys. My life has changed and upgraded and I am so excited for it. I am 38 though. I just celebrated a birthday this February and my 38 self is in love with this palette, and I'm going to tell you why. There's many things, pros and cons to all things, but this right here, I will tell you the number one con though, and you're probably going to be shook by this. But the palette itself is $50. It's just a steep price for what it is. Everything's very nude, which I appreciate the nude. I like a nude. I don't always go for shimmer. I used to be more of a shimmer girly, but it's the nude for me. Look how gorgeous it is though. It's really beautiful. I will tell you my number one thing about this is that when I opened it up, there was a little bit of fallout. Like, the palette itself had a little bit of fall, and I was like, interesting, how did that even happen? Like, I haven't even touched it yet. So everything though, from that aside, is beautiful and worth it. Now I will say, and I said this as soon as I opened it up and did my number one first review reaction, which I so love doing. That's what I love to do on my TikTok. It's just right there, it's raw, it's real, so that's really fun. But this right here, you guys, every color in this palette you probably already have in a palette in your home. Like, no doubt for sure, y'all have a lot of color. And when you have a lot of color, you have all these shades in your palettes. Now, the undertone and all the things, the cool, the warmth, everything that you're getting from it, the feel, the quality of it is totally different. But if we're just talking about the shade, for sure, it's already in a palette. But let's just get to it, because let's be honest, Kim Kardashian has done some amazing things. The Kardashian empire, they're doing amazing things in business, creating great slamming products, and I'm just excited to go ahead and get my hands on this and show you how I'm using the palette. The thing I wanted to do immediately was contour my face using this palette. I'm not going to contour my whole face today because I've already kind of started. If you can't not tell already, I have on base and I have on contour and I have on warmth and a little concealer, so I've already kind of started the process. But I just want to use the palette on my eyes and my nose today, and I got very excited thinking, dang, all these super amazing tones here are going to be even beautiful to like shape and sculpt the face. For sure. And that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna dive in and use these colors. The one thing that I do love about this is that for my skin tone, I can use so many of these as a base. Like, that's what I get excited about. There's like 4 I could use as a good base, which is right here. Boom and boom. Let me actually, it's not that. It's this. Okay, another thing I just want to tell you about the case, because I do want to review this and use it, obviously. But they have everything numbered. So everything is a number, it's not a name. Now, let me just tell you, I've heard mixed reviews about this. I've heard women that have reviewed the case that they're like, I don't like the numbers, I want a name because I think names are really fun. I've heard some women that are like, yeah, numbers, it's whatever. Like, I like the numbers personally. But I will tell you that I hope don't know if this will happen, that I want replacements for these shadows. I don't know if that will happen. I have no idea. That is just my ultimate hope, that when a shadow runs out, can we just get one replacement? I would love to see that happen. It seems like that would be really ideal. I don't know how you would get this out. You would have to totally tear it apart, but that would be super dope to start with palettes like this that you can replace one shade. So I'm gonna just start with a lighter color right under my brow. Just starts, this is number 1. Okay, anyways, we're gonna go ahead and pop this under the brow because I love for you and I to just be on, look at this dry skin. Like I just have, like, stop it. Have this piece of dry skin that is just like hanging on. I told y'all I pluck a lot under my brows. And so when I do that, yeah, it's actually not dry skin. It actually just needs to be filled, which I'll do that in a minute with a little concealer. You can see that little dot. Okay, so anyways, we're gonna take number 1 and we just wanna dab it right underneath that brow. The reasoning for doing this is just to get that good highlight on the arch and just make sure you can get it high enough so you can highlight even also with a concealer that's light and make sure that's popped underneath that brow. But personally, I like to use now a concealer that matches my skin tone, and then I'll go back with a lighter shadow over it, which is what I did today. So the concealer that I'm actually wearing underneath my brows is from House Labs. I did use this today, and the color is 24 Light Medium Neutral. And then the concealer that I actually have all over my face for like highlighting and concealing is from Kylie Cosmetics right here, which I just reviewed a concealer. If you did not see that video, go check this video out. It's awesome because I just really kind of dive deep into the concealers. But this shade that I'm wearing is 2.5N, which, can we just talk about this real quick? See how you can see that number really well? Thank you. That's all I'm saying. Thank you. Because when I have packaging that the number or the wording on the bottom is so tiny that it's like stressing my eyes to see it, I'm like, now why did we do that? Why is it so small? Can we make it larger? So anyways, I appreciate that. Yay. Maybe they heard me. I think so. Maybe it was me. You're welcome, guys. Okay, so we have that underneath. Now I want to go in and I really want to make a smoky eye. The Kardashians are really known for like a beautiful smoky eye, especially Kris Kardashian and Kim definitely do more of a smoky eye that I notice. Obviously, I think too, does Chloe do smoky eyes though? She does, but I see Chloe more with like color on her eyes. So yeah, I definitely see her doing more color and like kind of like dabbing into that, which I love. Okay, so let me tell you about the texture of these shadows. It is velvet. When I touched it for the first time, I did a whole swatch on my arm. It is velvet, you guys. I was shook and floored, and the whole thing, it even says like it's just a buttery velvet feel, which is what it says on their site, which is so true. But I didn't think butter, I thought velvet. I was like, this feels like my comforter right now. It's so amazing and lush. All right, so now we're gonna go in right here, which is number 5, and we're gonna take this all over the mid-tone. So I'm gonna take it all across here. And I'm gonna even dab, like you can see I'm just patting it. Now this is gonna be a technique that, because it's more for a smoky eye, you can do this if you have like more deep set eyes for sure. Hooded eyes, which is what I have, regular eyes, like whatever your eye shape is. See more of a fuller lid or not, but I'm just taking more of a blender brush and I'm just patting it right along the mid area of my lid, which is right on that brow bone, because now when my eye is focused in on you, you can actually still see that color, right? So that's a great technique to have, because if you're doing a deeper shadow and then you have your eye closed and you're applying, then you open your eye and your shadow disappears. What's the point? So we definitely want to focus, keep it higher. There's not a lot of fallout applying the color, which I love. It is so pigmented, and where it's being placed, it's staying. There's no fallout. I've not even done powder under my eye, which I took the chance to do that because I wanted to set everything at once. Everything's very creamy right now, but you can see the fallout in the palette itself. So it's very loose once touched with a brush. So that happens though. I don't honestly ever really care about that when it comes to the tray itself. But I will tell you, when I put it on my eye and there's fallout, it ticks me off. I'm like, stop it. It's just so messy and I don't like that. But this right here is so like, it's just staying and it's perfect and I love it. And I love these colors. I think that they would work for all skin types. Very light ivory skin tones to bronze and dark skin tones. Like, I think it'd be beautiful. So anyways, this is gorgeous. Okay, so we're taking it all the way in. All the way in. Again, we're doing more of a smokier look today. I'm still taking this blender shadow brush. If you want this, it is on the link in my shop my, and then you can go to brushes and you'll see that there, and that will link you to the Amazon. But it is Y06 is the actual like number on the brush. That helps you to know which one out of the brush set, because it's a pretty large brush set for a pretty affordable price. I was very excited. So I have 2 of them now. I'm excited. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go in with a little bit deeper of a brown right here. So far we've just done number 1, number 5. Now we're going to go in with number 7, which is right here. You can see me in the camera. Yay. All right, we're going to go in with number 7. And I'm going to basically just layer on that. I'm not going to go all the way in the inner corner. I'm just going to take it right above the pupil of my eye. Obviously the pupil is above in my eye. And we're going to take it to the pupil and go all the way out. That's it. And we're tapping again. I'm not brushing it back and forth yet, because honestly, it depends on the shadow and the palette that you're using. But I really don't need to brush it back and forth. It's really actually a smooth application. That's what I've noticed about using this, is that it's so smooth. Where I place it, it goes, and it's movable. So high pigmented, it's very movable. It's very luscious, you guys. So for what it is, I know it's a higher priced palette. I know you probably have these shadows already. Yes, not these shadows, but these colors. I also know that I paid for this. So I put my coins here, and at first I kind of rolled my eyes. I was like, 50 bucks. I was like, no. I was like, that is steep, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it because I really truly believe that I would use the crap out of these colors, and I will. And I love it. And I also want to show you how to be creative with it. Okay, now we're gonna go in with this really pretty, like, deeper browns here. That would be number 9 and 10 out of the palette. So we're gonna go in here. That is so cool. Like, look at that cooler tone right here. So nice though. It kind of has like a little bit of like a burgundy type reddish tone to it. So we're going to take it in the outer corner and we're going to tap it. Now I'm going in with more of a slanted angled brush here that you can see. So this allows me to really get like a nice line on the outer side of the eye. So we're just going to tap it here. Beautiful. And now I just kind of like dust it in. Just move it in a little bit, just so it doesn't have such a harsh line there. My eyelids move, so the skin on my lid, it just kind of, so you have to play around that. So if you do have that issue as well, like, you just have to play around. You can see now where I have that angled, and I bring it in and it's just like soft and blended. So good. Now that both of those sides are on, I'm going to take a tiny bit of this concealer. It is the, and actually, should I probably just do the House Labs? I was going to do the one that's a little bit lighter, but I think that would just like mess it up. So I'm just going to do a tiny bit right there. Let it sit, because that's the best thing to do, especially if you have like an open area, like on your skin. Like, I just had skin that just like dry skin that peeled back when I was trying to get like pluck that hair there. This hair on that eyebrow is so coarse. So it's like the thickest, hardest hair ever. And anyways, so it just takes a minute. So I'm just going to let that concealer actually sit, and you really can barely see it, you know. But all right, there's that. That right there, these colors that I've already used, I'm obsessed with like how beautiful they are. So now we're just gonna continue in the palette and we're gonna start smudging and making everything really smoky. I'm gonna use a brush now that I grab often. It's very tiny. You see the end, it's like this rounded little tiny brush. Take your lightest shades and build up. If you go in with this dark dramatic shade first, unless you already know it's gonna work out beautifully, you've done it before, it's great, then do that. But otherwise, I encourage you to start with like a mid-tone shade and kind of build on that to get it to its darkest shade. So I am going to start with like the lighter shades and then build up to the deeper ones. Take it right underneath this eye and we're going to take it all the way over. Like we're doing smoky, guys. Smudgy, sultry, beautiful, smoky eye. And I just keep re-dipping it because I didn't start with like a heavy you know, swoosh of the product. So just want to kind of just guide it over. So good. Oh, I love it, I love it. Okay, we're gonna go in with the same darkness that we just did right on the outer corner. And we're gonna just take that deeper shade. Love that. Okay, next we're gonna take the same thing, and I know we just did that on the outer corner, but we're gonna go ahead and line around the lashes. Perfect, did that. All right, now we're gonna go in with the darkest shade, which the first time I saw this color, I was like, it kind of has a little bit of like a hue of like a bluey tone to it. But it's very pretty, it's very dark. It's nice, it does what it needs to do. So we're gonna take it right in the outer part. Definitely stay as close as you can to the root of your lashes. You don't want a gap there. And we are gonna go in with a brown in a second and do some tight lining with it. Ooh, so cute. Okay, we're getting there, we're getting there. Same on the top. I'm just gonna stay as close as I can to the outer. And now what we're trying to do when you're doing your shadow as smoky as this is you want everything to be very blended. And so I love to go in with that same brush and I just kind of soften up those edges. You don't want any harsh edges, so I'm just moving the product around. Again, this product, one of my, I would say a perk from this is that it's so movable, is that once it's there, it's not stuck. It definitely keeps moving, so just make sure like you lean into that. Now we're gonna go in with that same slanted angle brush and we're just going to pop it on the corners, and that was plenty to go ahead and pop it on those corners. And we're just gonna angle it again. Like I told you, we're gonna start with the lightest and go in to deepen it. Everything, it's like a recipe that when you're cooking in the kitchen, you just continue to add seasoning to season up that spaghetti sauce, girl. You're like, let me do that, taste it. Nope, needs more, taste it. You know what I mean? Like, add more, taste it again. Like, it just, that's kind of makeup to me. Like, I always hear, how long does it take you to do your makeup? How did you learn how to do makeup? Honestly, you guys, it was trial and error. I was not always great at applying makeup. It was, you live, you learn. You try, you don't do again. Okay, bottom line. Now that that is on, y'all, I am obsessed with this really smoky, gorgeous eye. We're gonna go ahead and freshen up this concealer and we're gonna add the eyeliner and the mascara to the look just to complete it. But so far, so good. I do wanna take a lighter shade. I think I'm gonna do that skin tone shade right here. It's number 3. And I'm gonna take that and we're just gonna pop it right here in that inner part of the eye, like right where, oh, that did it. That is beautiful. Also want you to lean in to how you like your shadow to be applied. Now, granted, if you're not applying it the right way, that it like looks halfway decent, let's lean into a new way. But work on, your shadow will look flawless if you lean into the blending and the actual shadow quality. Like that, those two things are everything. And then the prep to your lid. Use primers and things like that to help it really stay. But this is so good. So I'm taking this brown from Huda Beauty and we are tight lining. Tight lining means that you are taking that waterline and you're coloring it with a color. And I have it like this. I'm like, is it kind of coppery? Now my eyes look so light. Like it made that green go bam. And I'm obsessed. Like you can see the biggest difference in that, right? We're gonna play with mascara. I'm gonna do a brown mascara mascara today, and I cannot wait to see what this looks like. So this is from Too Faced, and it's their brown. I have been dying to use a brown mascara, and we do one eye this way and one eye another way. See if we see a difference. Too Faced, that's the brown. Definitely it's not giving power, but it's beautiful, like you can see it, but it's not giving like power. Now we're gonna use from Tower 28. I used this the other day, this mascara. I just recently got both, and I was floored by the results of this. My community gets to see things before anybody else, so the Blush Beauty Collective community, girls already saw this. What do we think more? That is insane. Look at that. Like, I'm obsessed. What do we like better, the black or the brown? Y'all drop in the comments what you think you can see a difference with. We'll decide from there. I've not done anything to my nose yet, but I definitely want to contour my nose with the palette as promised and as a challenge for myself. So we're going to go in with a clean brush because I don't want any color to like mess anything up. So we are going to go in with that Y06. It is a very clean brush. And we're going to go in, I think I'm going to go in with number 5 first. But I really am wanting to lean into number 7. So maybe I should just go in with number 7 and just like stop playing around with myself. Like, I think that's what we're gonna have to do. All right, I'm going in with number 7, and I'm barely putting some color on my brush, and we just want to frame out the nose. And I think that just depending on who you are, you might end up being able to pull off the number 5. But like for me right here, I love this number 7 actually. So that actually worked. Look at that. Like, stop it. I had no doubt. It was just, is the color gonna be okay? And it is. And honestly, I love to take it right in, follow. So you're taking the structure of your nose, that bone, and just going pop, and you're taking it right into your lid. That's so good. I love that. I'm gonna go ahead and just add a little bit more coverage right in this area of the nose with my foundation. I use my foundation with this glass palette, and it's beautiful. You can get that also on the link in the description on my Shop My. So go into tools and you'll see this one. But it just came from Amazon, and I'm loving it so much because when I do my makeup a lot for videos or just myself in general, sometimes I do my hand. I don't love doing my hand, and I'm really getting away from squirting my foundation on my blender and then going in, you know what I mean? So anyways, that's that. All right, so let's go ahead and do mascara on the bottom. Again, we have brown on this side. See the difference? There's the black and there's the brown. Go in and we're going to review the lip liners and talk about that in her lipstick. So I got number 2 and number 5. I'm going to do number 5 as the lip liner. Everyone's gotten back to doing the sharpener. So you take it right here and you just sharpen it. Like, so make sure you have a pencil sharpener, makeup pencil sharpener, and that will allow you to get like a really good fine point to it. But I can really make this work, y'all. It is so silky smooth. Feels really, really amazing. It allows you to still get a really nice line. So I have loved that. Sometimes when you're using these products, you notice that it's like it gets stuck on your lips and it's like, you know, it's not like that. So I have loved these. This side of my lip is lower than this side. And I think, you know what's so funny is because when I make this like face, like I can push this one up. I can't push this one up. So I think that's what it is. Like, as I've done that my whole life, like, girl, you know, it's like this one just has more volume. So I think that's what's happened. It's so smooth, and another thing is that it's so movable. So I can really pull this lip liner and just keep it moving. Now I'm gonna go in with number 5 on the outer. The cat's at the door. Ruger wants the cat. Now you're like, let me in. I shut the door. I'm like, no, not today. All right, this is number 2. I really have a dry spot right there. That's very annoying. That's so cute. The only thing is it does transfer. So I'm gonna take my straw to my drink as I would. and there's lipstick. You know what I mean? Like, there is lipstick. So it is gonna come off. Yeah, you're gonna have to reapply. So, I mean, I'm not mad at it. I do like a lipstick that does not transfer. I would say, so I would give these like an 8 out of 10 if I was rating them like that. But the palette, I'm doing 10 out of 10. I love it. It's steep, but you work really hard, and I'm like, spend your money where you want to spend your money. Don't let me tell you otherwise. But for me, I feel like I can get a lot of use out of this palette, and I'm just really interested in which one I'm going to hit pan with first. I don't know, we'll see. But every single one of them I've touched, which is so, look at that. I've touched every single one of these colors, which is actually very unheard of for me as a user in a palette. There's a lot of palettes that I own that I've not touched every one of the colors, and I probably wouldn't. But this one, I feel very confident that I would hit pan fast in all of them. And that obviously, since I contoured my nose with it, I feel like I could use it more around my face. I actually might do a little contouring right here. Let's check that out and see. Take this color and blend down with it, especially like a contour, you know? But make sure you're pushing it up, just FYI. That, stop it. I want to create that chiseled. That just happened. You can see it's really aligned, so I'm going to go back in and blend with a better brush. Whoa! Whoa! Ah! I love this. I can't stop myself. How am I using my shadow brush all over my face right now? Well, that just happened. I contoured my face and sculpted my nose with this palette. Is it worth it? It's worth it, y'all. I've not done that before. There's not been a color that I've felt confident with, like, I think that this could be a thing. I am so obsessed right now. Like, I can't even tell you. I do want to dust tea all over my chest. Like, this is what is like bringing, like, spring is happening. Like, I'm like, bring on the spring. That's so good. Do we like this? It's right. Well, that was my honest review. I hope that you loved it, and I cannot wait to hear from you what you think about the brown or the black mascara when using more of like a nude palette for your whole look. So I could honestly lean into both. I mean, I think it's a preference, but I'm excited to do the brown when it's a more natural, no makeup look for sure. But I would go check out the website. These are definitely a little bit of a steep. The lipsticks are definitely same price as anything else. Like, it's not like that, but the palette, I think for what it is, now that I've used it in different ways and showed you how you could also do the same thing, I feel very confident in you also getting it. Let me know for sure, and I cannot wait to see you in the next video. Subscribe here to my channel, and I will see you on the inside. Number 11 came through. This girl, she's graying like honey. The grays are popping, and no one ever will know. How will they know? Like, honestly, at 38, all the gray I have, it's really ridiculous. It's insane. Get in that description so you don't miss a thing. AmberLykins.com for your amazing homemade organic body sugar scrub and whipped Shea sugar scrub. It is awesome and amazing. The magazine, special merch just for you. To know more, all on the inside, jump into the community. Everything is on my website. Love you, beauty. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next upload.